Alright friends, I am here with my Nissan Frontier to talk about tire tread depth with you. Now we all know that having good tires is crucial to driving safety, but if you don't have one of those special tools, how are you supposed to know exactly how deep the tread on your tires is? Now there's a few things you can do. Some tires, though not all, have these special little markings in between the tread here. You can see I have one here and one here. These little ridges there will let you know when it's time to replace your tires. Once the tread has worn down enough that it is flush with those, it's absolutely time to replace your tires. But if your tires do not have these markings, or if they're not in an area where you are noticing more wear than usual, there's a really simple trick you can do using nothing but a quarter and a penny. So 4/32 is our real safe zone. We want at least 4/32, if not more, of tread. But what does that mean? So the quarter will tell us the top edge of a quarter and the top edge of Washington's head. The distance between those two is 4/32. So we'll take the quarter and we'll insert it into the tread of our tire with Washington's head down. Now you can see I have pretty good tread on these tires. As long as the tread touches or passes the top of his head, you are at 4/32 or more. Once the tread is just grazing the top of Washington's head, that means you're at 4/32, and it's time to pay a little bit more attention. You'll want to start checking your tread depth more frequently, because once you get lower than 4/32 is when you really want to start thinking about getting new tires. 2/32 is where we really want to start thinking about replacing right away. And we'll use the same trick with this penny to gauge that. The top of the penny and the top of Lincoln's head is 2/32. So we'll insert it into our tread the same way, head down. And again, as long as the tread passes the top of his head, you're okay. Once it starts to graze the top of Lincoln's head, that means that you are at 2/32 and you really need to consider getting new tires right away for the safety of your driving experience. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you're checking the tread in more than one area. We don't want to check in just one groove every time. You want to check multiple spots, because if you find that the center line of your tire is wearing down a lot more quickly than the edges, that likely means that your tire is overinflated. So the center is actually overinflated and pushing forward, and as you drive, you're getting a lot more wear and tear on the center. If you notice the opposite, that the center has great tread, but the edges are wearing down a lot faster, that likely means that your tire is underinflated. So the center is actually pushing in while you drive, and you're riding along the edges with a lot more force than you are than the center. So you want to check that. If you notice that that's the case, just adjust your tire pressure accordingly, or come see us and we can do that for you. You also want to make sure you check more than one tire. You want to check the front and the back and each side, because if you notice that just the front or the back or side to side is wearing down a lot more quickly, that likely means that you need an alignment. So that's something you'll want to talk to your service advisor about and consider scheduling with your next appointment to ensure that the proper alignment is allowing for even wear on your tires. You also want to consider getting tire rotations every oil change or two, especially if you have a front or rear wheel drive vehicle, as that vehicle will ride a little heavier on one end or the other. So go ahead, go outside, grab some coins, check various spots in your tires, see where your tread is, make sure that it is good so that you can get where you're going and you can get there safely.